tank runs dry. A stranger parked and stepped away. Never thought he'd lose his ride that day. Door swung open, engine roared, tires screamed as the pavement scorched. The city blurred in a stream of lights. Patrol cars closing from left and right. Every turn bought a little more time, but every mile was borrowing time. Radio chatter filled the night. Searchlight sweeping left and right. The highway stretched like a ribbon of fate, but the end was waiting at the gate. Vroom, vroom, tearing through the night. Red and blue burning in the rearview light. Mile after mile with nowhere to hide. Trying to outrun the truth inside. Vroom, vroom, pushing harder still. Foot to the floor and chasing the thrill. But every road runs out of sky till the tank runs dry. Then came the cough. Sputter, sputter. The needle fell below the line. The engine shook one final time. Come on, he begged the wheel, but fate doesn't care how fast you feel. Sputter, sputter. The power faded, hope went cold. The story he'd been driving finally got hold. Vroom, vroom, not so fast tonight. The flashing lights are standing by. No more distance, no more disguise. No more running from what's inside. Vroom, vroom became a fading cry. The motor groaned and slowly died. Hands in the air beneath the dawn. The race was over, the road was gone. Painted sun on silver wings. Schoolyard boys became lost kings. From fishing towns and temple bells to cockpit prayers and iron hells. Mothers stitched their rising sons with trembling hands for borrowed guns. Okuni no tame, the banner swayed while spring still bloomed and boys were claimed. In his sleeve, a letter sewn. Mother, forgive the seeds unsown. Oil ran dry, the engine starved by distant deals and borders carved. A nation cornered, proud and blind, poured holy fire in fragile minds. Zero rose through crimson dawn, knowing home was already gone. Who shuts the valve? Who draws the line? Who profits most from borrowed time? TOKKO kissed the sky. Sakura chiru, where young men die. Not saints, not fiends, not born for hate. Just sons consumed by hands of state. TOKKO flames across the blue. Zeno became what power grew. Yasukuni no kaze still speaks their name before the victors any shame. Aleyo, watch over this land through silent seas and trembling hands. Nidoto cries beyond the flame. Do not make our fate your children's chain. Across the sea the giant stirred. Steel replied with diplomats erred. Freedom sailed on armored waves. It crowns to rule through foreign graves. maze. I watched through fractured chains, under flags and polished trains. Was this madness, was this release? Can burning wings deliver peace? Pearl to fire and ash to rain, Tokyo learned the cost of pain. From zero wings to mushroom skies, all empires trade in noble lies. Now distant mouths untouched by flame, reduce the dead to borrowed chains. So bow, don't mourn, don't speak too loud, as the grip needs permission now. Pointing fingers cross the tide, newsprint feeds where truths divide. But ghosts don't bend to present wars, they ask what all this dying's for. Left or right, the drums remain, power signs in blood and pain. TOKKO Zero, kiss the sky, samurai march, but still must die. Not pure, not cursed, not black or white, just voice transformed to fading light. TOKKO see without return, history twists where pages burn. Yasukuni no kage beneath the flame. Love the dead, don't weaponize their name. Leo, guard the dawn, guide this nation when we're torn. Ikido carried on the wind, so no young spring must burn again. Samurai, sacrifice on a soul, the dreadful price. East and west, so banners change. Fear and greed still sound the same. Old men barking, young men fall. Mothers outlive medals all. 0-0, engines cry when nations dream. It's children who die fast. But from the clouds their voices rise. Mamo, let this peace with wiser eyes. Fight if you must, but count the cost. Remember us and not the lost. Needle toe whispered through the smoke. Not surrender, but warning spoke. TOKKO Zero fading west, silver wings to endless rest. Sakura yomae through burning air, for every soul still waiting there. No shrine, no flag, no foreign throne can claim the hearts not fully known. Hey, those still walk beside these shores, in mountain winds, in temple doors. TOKKO, remember why war names boys heroes, then lets them die. Ikitekure beyond the grave, so Japan may stand and never need more brave. that never seem to fall down. People say the earth is strong and wide, yet somewhere worlds are dying out tonight. Human hands can burn the sky with fire, still can't break a planet from its wire. Far beyond the edge our eyes can trace shadows drift through endless space. Black holes turning in the endless dark, like forgotten gods without a heart. If I vanished in their gravity, would I wake beyond eternity? What waits beyond the silent stars? Another world, another heart. We cannot touch it with our hands. Still we draw the maps of distant lands. No one's seen the edge of time. Still we chase the reason why. Floating here on borrowed lines, dreaming through the cosmic night. Somewhere children stare into the blue, wondering if all the story's true. Galaxies like rivers made of flame. Every age keeps asking just the same. How did minds so fragile and so small read the language written through it all? Looking up from temporary lives, still we learn the dance of stars tonight. Maybe somewhere far beyond our sight, another soul is staring at the night. And maybe while I'm still alive, that distant light is crossing mine. What waits beyond the silent stars? Another world, another heart. We cannot touch it with our hands. Still we draw the maps of distant lands. No one's seen the edge of time. Still we chase the reason why. Floating here on borrowed light, dreaming through the cosmic night. If there's life beyond the stars, will we meet before we fall apart? Or are we drifting endlessly alone between eternities? Maybe somewhere 1500 light years away, someone's asking the same as me today. But by the time our voices arrive, we may already both be gone. What waits beyond the silent stars? A thousand suns, a world apart. Though we may never truly typhoon came before the rainy days. Nobody saw it coming this way. The morning carried on its plan, a quiet sky above the land. I had tomorrow figured out, every answer, every route. Nothing seemed about to move, nothing seemed about to break. Then a drop fell on the pavement, just one mark upon the gray. A tiny change, so easy to ignore. At first, like a typhoon in June, a few drops turned into a flood. One moment everything was calm, the next the wind tore through the sky and swept me up. Life never follows every plan, no matter how tightly we hold it in our hands. Sometimes the smallest cloud in view becomes a typhoon in June. The rain arrived a little at a time, soft enough to hardly cross my mind. A passing glance, a half-known smile, a feeling staying longer than a while. I told myself it meant nothing, just another ordinary thing. But every step and every day pulled me farther than I'd say. The wind grew stronger without a sound. Before I noticed, it was all around. Like a typhoon in June, a few drops turned into a flood. One moment everything was calm, the next the wind tore through the sky and swept me up. Life never follows every plan, no matter how tightly we hold it in our hands. Sometimes the smallest cloud in view becomes a typhoon in June. Then came the eye, the strangest silence, a perfect circle in the storm. No rain, no wind, no warning anymore. For one brief moment, time stood still and everything felt clear. Standing inside the calm, I realized nothing would ever be the same. Like a typhoon in June, the drizzle turned to pouring rain. The pouring rain became a storm that rearranged everything. Life writes its stories on the winds before we're ready to begin. The moments we dismiss too soon can become a typhoon in June. Like a typhoon in June, a different sky, a different tune. Like a typhoon in June. The rain moved on, the clouds broke apart. The streets were shining in the sun. The storm was gone, but the landscape wasn't the same. And neither was I. Like a typhoon in June. selling their chains like their holy trust. But I was forged where the black earth shakes, where freedom roars and the ground awakes. Tradition's weight tried to bend my spine, but God gave me breath and this blood is mine. I don't need roads paved safe and small. I was born to run where the giants fall. No more silence, no more control. I've seen the gate, now I take it all. Beyond the wall, beyond the fear, I hear the truth, I make it clear.